Yeah, we clocked in. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a pleasure to have you here. I go by the name of L'Esprit. I am a spiritual healer, so welcome. So, as a spiritual healer, technically what I do is that I help people to become mentally and emotionally balanced. Now, when I'm talking about being emotionally balanced, it's, how can I say, contrary to the popular belief, in terms of I'm not talking about being polite or controlling your emotions. Now, to a certain degree, I would say yes and more. So it's not just that. To control your emotion, it's a little more than that. So we're talking about mastering your emotions. So we're talking about understanding how your emotions are being created to identify your emotional pattern, but most importantly, you know, um, to remove any type of emotional blockages that you may have. So when you're doing that, see, that's why I was saying it's more than controlling your emotions. It's beyond. It's more than just being polite. You know what I'm saying? And fuck around. I mean, you may not be even it. You might be. There's a difference. You could become. You could be deceptive but not polite. Do you see what I'm saying? But anyway, to get back to what I was saying, referring to become emotionally balanced, it's more than just acting a certain way or not to raise your voice. Now we're really talking about to truly understand how your emotions work. For you to become, not to be triggered by, something. Now it's different. That's what passion is. When we choose to involve our fucking emotions in it. Oh, it's lovely. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I could say fuck you, you know. It's it's all good. So it's to not be limited or controlled by your emotion, but most importantly, to master anything, it means to for you to make it yours. So to be emotionally balanced is simply referring, or I'm helping you to make your emotion your shit. That's your shit. That's part of your regular routine. You master it. But you have to understand how it's being created and everything. So technically, I help you with that. So I wanted to pretty much emphasize or clarify, what I mean by being emotionally balanced. Now, being mentally balanced, I guess to a certain extent, the same shit could applies. But what I'm truly talking about is for you to understand pretty much how your mind is being shaped, how you being controlled. Do you see what I'm saying? How do you work? But for you to understand that, that's why we say spirituality is your regular life. Although I will be talking about that in just a little bit. But, as for you to understand, like, your thinking, your thoughts, how is that being, I mean, how do you, if you, for you to master your mind, meaning, you can't be controlled by somebody else. So you have to understand, how am I being influenced? Is this my full thoughts? It is me. Is it me? Well, you don't even have to question it when you make it you. And that's what mastering is. You make it yours. But you got to understand, that's why, in so many words, like I was saying, your humanity and your spirituality, because now you have to understand culture. You were born American. So such and such. Do you see what I'm saying? Different things. How is it, how is it shaping your life, your thinking? Because when we talking about spirituality, it's all mental. Again, this is your true nature. Not to jump the gun here, but when we talking about the occult, that's what the occult does. It helps you to have a better understanding of this reality. But anyway, I'll be talking about that. But in so many words, I'm just saying, to be mentally balanced is beyond. You know what I'm saying? Acting a certain way or behaving a certain way, or maybe I went to school. I mean, all of that could, of course. I mean, it shapes it. You got to understand how does that shape you, and you for you to become the master of that. So that's why for me, when I talk about spirituality, I don't dissociate it from this life because you'll open up your third eye, your chakras, everything you'll be doing. It's relatively has to do with this life. The work you got to do. The people you need to forgive. How do you grow? How do you change? That's why the words got to be made flesh. That type of knowledge is for you to apply it in your regular basis. Then you become that living mind. That's why knowing the truth now sets you free. It pretty much sets you free from what? From, damn, not being limited to, let's just say, outside circumstances. That's why we call this world Maya, a world of illusion. And that's what people are telling you, not to let your circumstances limit you. You got to push further. What, however the fuck that those motivational speaking. They're just telling you. I mean, I know they're calling it trying to get you to be motivated, but at the same time, they're making you a better you. This is all spiritual. You know what I'm saying? It's being done in different degrees, but it's all mental. That's why I always tell people everybody's doing God's work. Because ultimately, regardless on how stupid somebody may sound to you, but their idea, in some shape and form, is to help other people. Of course, you have motherfuckers that's gonna take advantage. I mean, you're always gonna have that. You're scammers. Call these motherfuckers scammers. Okay? You're gonna have your scammers. They forging documentation. You're gonna have that. That's it comes with it. Do you see what I'm saying? So how do you deal with that? This is all spiritual. The first mistake you made, you went for the money. you couldn't see the reality. So, you need to work on your vision. Yeah, looking shit right. But anyway, guys, you know what I'm saying? I talk my shit. Basically, I'm just a spiritual healer. Of course, we talk about spirituality, obviously, my way, but most importantly, what I'm trying to emphasize is the connection in everything. I mean, the fucking laughing, like the everything. So once you understand that, in so many words, we talk about becoming the living mind because our reality is very complex. In fact, that's why the occult now steps in to pretty much, gives us some clarification. That's what those sacred texts are all pretty much all about. That's what they helping us because they understand things. It's not what it seems. That's what makes it a fucking illusion. It's not what it looks like. So here's the code. You know what I'm saying? Here's how to look at it different. That's why I always tell people, man, it's not how much you see, but it's how you're looking at it. Oh, this is quality. Always been quality. You know what I'm saying? A trillion stupid motherfuckers will never be able to like one conscious motherfuckers is more than that. Way more than that. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why even if you lit up like a candle, may not be as powerful as this. I mean, obviously we're using electricity, but the bottom line here is that he'll help you see a lot of things around you. Imagine the brighter that light is. That's how you become in cosmic. That's how you become one with everything. then at that point you have transcended. You have gone beyond. That's how you're becoming free of matter. But just like anything else, you don't become free of anything if you don't acknowledge it. Now, those are some of the cheat code that you need to understand. Just like when we talk about love, you can't love somebody else if you don't love yourself, man. Now, we're not talking about being selfish here or doing it for just personal reasons. I mean, of course, but and more. It's to do it for personal reason and more. You got to get that more. A lot of you already got the personal reason, but you're not extra with it. So it kind of like it goes beyond. I mean, it's don't ask me. It just is what it is. I'm just relaying the message. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know God is all that. You know what I'm saying? Who's bad? Yo, God is a bad motherfucker. The whole divine, the whole divinity, the whole structure, the architecture, and everything reveals what the fuck is taking place. It's a living mind. It's a living intelligence. That's how we know how to communicate. Telepathy happens when we talk to spirits. When we talk, that's that type of connection, and that's why it's even able to happen. How would you, as a human being, having a mediumship fucking gift? By the way, it's something I do. Just having to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talk to the other people from that other side. Those are my people. You hear me? Listen, I'm here to talk for them. Oh, come on, man. Like, yeah, it's that way. You know what I'm saying? I stamp niggas' passport down here, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, listen, we're not. This is not a game. This is who we are. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, to make a long introduction, I guess shorter. I mean, it could be a lot longer, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But to summarize this shit, all right, because we gotta slow this shit down, right? So technically, what we're saying, besides us being good looking, hello, look again, you wallet. But anyway, us being good looking, we're just revealing what the spirit's really all about. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And actually, nigga, nigga, to the divine. You know what I'm saying? It's everything. You know what I'm saying? And whew, shit's beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's that's the self consciousness. That as a spiritual healer, I help you to do. Now, if you're coming back, you already know I'm already going in, baby. You know what I'm saying? Don't even, what I'm saying? Don't get me started. If you coming back, nigga, don't even get me started. You already know. You already see me dancing. So I hope you already got your plate. So I see you eating. Motherfucker. I see you eating, motherfucker. Mm. This is our communion. This is where we all come together. We're breaking bread, having supper. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, our breakfast, lunch or dinner, depending on what time you're looking at it. Just know there's something for you, baby. Oh, you getting something. Now, what you do with it is on you. I gave it to you, though. Doing God's work. I ain't here to talk too much. I'm just here to talk a lot. Well, but anyway, this is going to be, welcome, guys. I mean, I guess in so many words, I generally like to talk about spirituality a little bit, but I felt like I already talked about it. But those three things I would say pretty much is, well, There's nothing outside of spirituality, right? So even what I was talking about here, let's just say even politics, racism, all these things, it's all spiritual because they are all mental and they all shape your fucking mentality. So in so many words, I was in part one, I was talking about overcoming your personal barriers. So those are those barriers that you need to acknowledge because just like anything else, and when you acknowledge it, that's why we say knowing what the problem is, it's already half of this fucking solution. Or even to acknowledge the problem. I'm sorry. I mean, if you know what the problem is, nigga, you solve it. I was wild and I had my mouth open. It happens, okay? But I myself right back there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keep getting up. I don't know how I do it. I just know I gotta get up. Do you see what I'm saying? Stay up, motherfucker. So you wildin'. Um, we're talking about staying up, right? Speaking of standing up or staying up, dirty motherfucker. Anyway, so overcoming your personal barriers, to acknowledge them in so many words, that's what self-conscious is all about. You're becoming more of yourself, and that's what the occult does. When we talk about, depending on where you at with it, maybe I was a little too strong. If I was a little too strong, the occult, for instance, they talk about you have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. So they're helping you to identify the non-physical part of yourself. That's what the occult is about. So it's giving you a deeper understanding of who you are. You, yeah. Yeah. You taking the shit. That's right. That should stink, ain't it? That's right. So spirituality is just your regular life. But anyway, but the process of understanding it. Oh my god, I forgot my shit, nigga. The process of understanding what the shit is all about. That's where the subconscious comes in. You're becoming the Christ. That's where all of these things comes in. Mhm. Forgive me. So this is going to be part two because, and here's what happened too. Now, if you saw part one, it just got to a point where the recording just stopped, and I was about to restart it and edit. Spirit told me just drop it. I'm like, what? Excuse me? Just drop it. So that one, it is what it is. But there was a lot of good stuff that needed to be said that were said for whoever needs to hear them. That's how that shit goes sometimes. When they tell me what to do, listen, I'm them, they me. You hear me? Hmm. Now, excuse me. let's add a little more Fiji up in this thing. Eh, all this time you thought I was drinking something else, huh? Nah, motherfucker. Have some Fiji up in this bitch. Got you, motherfucker. I'm a fancy motherfucker. Saying, bam. Hmm. Now, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Well, we already got into it, but we're gonna get a little bit deeper, I guess. So, part one, pretty much. Now, by now, I would hope you understand it's all spiritual, meaning, but most important, I mean, shit. I mean, everything shapes you. That's why when you truly become conscious, you are no longer just being influenced. Now you become the magician. That's what transmutation is all about. Now you're changing things to your liking. Well, to master anything, to make it yours, because you have to understand if you're not in control of your mind, then that's what mind control it's all about. That's why we talk about you have to understand how your mind is being shaped. Well, big part of how your mind is being shaped is your culture. That's you learning how to become how to be an American and not to be an American at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, a Haitian nigga, I'm Haitian, I'm not even Haitian nigga. So, I'm so Haitian, I'm not even Haitian. This shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that good. That's that bad good. It's so good it's bad. Is that way? That self realization, that self mastery. That's why you have to understand a little more about your mind. Because you are being shaped by your culture. So when we're talking about culture, in one of my recordings, I talked about enculturization. It's how your culture is shaping you, and you become that. You know what I'm saying? You might walk around, I'm an American, fuck everybody else, man. I'm American. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So you definitely out there. You know what I'm saying? You pull your pants down, you don't give a fuck. Nigga, your pants already down. Shit, I don't want no smoke, dog. You're not looking good, baby. And that's when it's pretty much you see when people tell you not to become a stereotype because society is built you to be a stereotype. And then there's another stereotype not to be a stereotype, which is still a stereotype. I mean, it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? And the true masters is like we know how to be that and to be free at the same time. That's why we say we are everything and nothing. That's a different self mastery. That's where I'm at with it. Shit, I could drop the mic right there. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. I had to show my credentials. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess, hey, that's how we're giving sight out here, man. I am a spiritual healer. I had to heal myself. In fact, I am a manifestation of that. In other words, I became, that's why we lay spree over here. You know what I'm saying? The Haitian niggas tell you straight up, nah, boule. This is how we acknowledge another motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you roll into another motherfucker, you are radiating. That's how we answer shit. So there's a direct connection, you know what I'm saying, with. You gotta be cosmic out here. And that's what we do in our speech. Every nigga, regardless of your background, your nationality, them Jamaicans, man, they turned that the English into black English. Because understand, a language is a reflection of how you see the world. That's what language is. You know what I'm saying? That's why niggas speak niggas. Niggas over here, they have English. They had the motherfucker Ebonics. Look at all them niggas. They have something in common there. They all speak, if you want to say different, they all speak different because we look at the world differently. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we say in Haiti, even there's a saying that says, they're like 99.9% Haitians are fucking Catholic, but they're like 100% is voodoo. If you understand, you understand. This is for the grown ups now. Well, we got to turn up at some point. That's how we see it among the elders. That's when the talk became a whole something else. This shit is beautiful, man. The connection, the understanding, and that's how we relate to our ancestors too. That's our rites of passage. That's how the baton was passed down to us. So we got to pick it up and talk the same way they used to talk to the other ones, the compassion, the understanding, the loving. We're healers over here, man. Bring the kids over here, man. Let them sit down. You know what I'm saying? Grandpa's here, man. Come on, man. Come give me a hug, motherfucker. What's up, man? How was your day? What did you do, man? Nah. Okay. You still doing that? Okay. Well, you're going to learn better. You know what I'm saying? This is what you do. Listen. All right? You know what I'm saying? But we understand that you'll get it in time. You know what I'm saying? When the teacher's ready, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You'll get it when you're ready. Just in time. You'll get it in time. Never late. You'll get it. It's never late. It may not be your time, but it's never late. It's your time. Listen, the beauty, the exploration, the words got to be made flesh. But anyway, I was in a whole different pocket here. But just showing you how much is a pleasure having you here too, because I'm just showing out for you. This is all for you, baby. You know what I'm saying? Of course, myself and more. Do you see what's happening here? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling on you, motherfucker. I'm telling on myself. It's okay. It's okay. We see what you're doing, and I'm saying we're gonna go right along with it. We're all one here. You know what I'm saying? The balance, the harmony, the self-awareness got to be there. That's what self-consciousness is. That living mind. Now you have transcended this reality, meaning you get to see it for exactly what it is. And that's how you're set free, my friend. I just gave you how to get out of here while you're in here. So you're not concerned. This is nothing. Come on, man. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Different strokes for different folks, man. This is all 24 hours, right? How you deal with it is how you deal with it. We all have different realities. Well, I mean, it's on all levels. Isn't that's the reason why we're giving sights to the blind? Even to that too. You know what I'm saying? Depending on, you'll get it in time. Never late. You know what I'm saying? So don't be late. But anyway, to get back to what I was talking about in terms of making the connection to transcending pretty much or overcoming your personal barriers, you know, to acknowledge these things is crucial. That's why we talk about mind control. That's why there's no spirituality if we don't talk about this reality. Because when you say, let's just say, to be the master of your mind, so therefore you have to understand marketing, you got to understand everything, how you're being shaped. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's part of self mastery. In fact, that's why you're saying, not over here, dog. You do that shit right there, not over here. But for you to do that, it's the self mastery is embodying everything, not refuting or separating anything from you, but it's to truly understand it. Just like anything else. You not going to overcome anything if you don't go through it. There's no other way on this. Nah, you got to go through it, baby. To go over it is to go through it. That's why someone who doesn't acknowledge their pain or early pain, or even if they acknowledge it, you don't understand it, because the understanding truly is what's going to transmute it. So when the term of healing your wounded child It's to understand those early emotions, being able to release them or forgiving yourself. Release, accepting, however you want to put it. But it's all a process of self mastery. And that's what I was talking about when I was referring to being emotionally balanced. You, come on. It could not have been said any better than that, to my knowledge. And that should have been a mic dropping moment. It's okay. We pick that shit right back up, baby. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't even see me dropping it. That's the beauty of it. But anyway, so overcoming your personal barriers is to go through them, meaning you understand your culture. You know what I'm saying? But to do that, you got to think critically. Well, here's the crazy shit. Even to just think critically has to do with who you are. That's why even when people are talking about common sense, then you realize common sense is not common sense. But I understand what you mean by common sense, though, because it's pretty much the same thing when I talk about people who are knowledgeable people. Doesn't mean they know everything, but they have enough understanding to know how most shit works. Then you call it common sense. I get you. You're not saying anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? You may not understand what you're saying. Again, I have to embody it. I'm all of it, because to have a true understanding of what's taking place in the outside of you, you have to understand your nature. And I'm showing you, by reflecting my own nature to you, your nature. Say, be naughty by nature if you like. Know your nature. That's the harmony between the masculinity and the femininity. That is your physical part and your non-physical part. That is your mental and your emotional. That's why we say the idea of mind, body, and soul, it's that alignment. They all gotta become one. That's why in African spirituality we talk about something called ma'at, which is balance and harmony. Everything is one. We don't separate your mind from your body because we understand, hey, guess what? When you do that, you don't have a body. I'll tell you what you have. You have a coffin. I've never seen a body that reacted by itself. What we call death is when there's no spirit in it. So if there's a body moving, it's your spirit moving. Come on now. Let's just bring it up for a second. Let's talk off shit. There's no body without a spirit in it. Let me know. If you do come across that, let me know. And I'm Haitian too, so I know what zombie is, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, the only way you will ever separate spirit from body, it was when the body's dead, meaning the body's not moving, not even dead, because death has a whole different definition. In fact, there's no spirituality without death. That's what change is all about. When you say somebody, what I'm saying, so egotistical, that's because their ego is limited. You said so such as you have an ego. I don't have an ego. I'm just using it in just the bullshit way that you even understand it. Because I'm gonna get the gold everywhere. If I'm there, the gold is there. To the pure, all is pure. I'm on my bullshit a little bit. Well, that's what niggas do. Man, shout out to Tupac for that shit, man. This nigga was having a nigga moment. Niggas smoke, drink, dance, and do all that shit. Well, hey, that's what niggas do. Show me the different nationalities. Because that's what niggas do. When you know, you know. And that's the connection. That's us. I love us. I love us. I love us a lot. I'm in love with us. You know what I'm saying? I'm in love with us. It is what it is. Anyway, so now we're saying, damn, that was something else. That's been, got there. I love being in that space. You know, the downloads, the connection. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But anyway, I was just having a moment. You know what I'm saying? I may have to talk on that uh, on the next one. But anyway, give me a second. I had to digest that one real quick. I'm having a personal moment. Yeah, it happens. Shit, nigga. I was having my time of the day. It happens all the time, but you know, it happens to be happening here. So, mm, godly, godly. But anyway, let's get back to the conversation at hand, right? So we're talking about overcoming your personal barriers, but and at the same time, I'm showing you the complexity in just the life that we're living in, and that complexity is also called the illusion. But yes and no, right? I guess what I'm truly saying is the beauty of it too. That's why you don't curse. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's just back up so we can move forward, right? Because I was about to make a pray like that connection. It's like I'm getting a down. Nah, let's stay here. Stay grounded. Like nah, niggas, they coming through. Hmm. I love it. I love it. But niggas, slow down, niggas, slow down. All right. So we're. I'm also showing you the complexity of, which is also the illusion in so many ways. You know, because the illusion is so strong. Like that's why I was having that moment too. It's like the beauty, but also it's like you really got to go underneath it because what makes the illusion an illusion? It looks like it's not that. I mean, that's the power of illusion. There's, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's why, you know, to move by faith, that's why you got to go within because you can't believe what you're seeing from the outside. So you got to go within. And by going within, it gives you a broader perspective of what's taking place outside. That's what it is. That's why we say it's all mental. Everybody's on different timeline, different understanding. That's why, again, when we talk about common sense, It's not that there's no such thing as common sense, and at the same time, there is no such thing as common sense. But what they're saying by common sense, they're really talking about you becoming knowledgeable because there's a certain you know how most things work. That's the word common sense. And ironically, when I'm talking about being knowledgeable, that's what I'm talking. That's what exactly what I'm referring to. Well, not to say that's exactly what it is, but I'll just ease up on you. I'll just pump the brake like just a little. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 90, and I'm like you know what I'm saying? That's okay. You know what I'm saying? You got to put your 10% in, nigga. Pay your thighs, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to put the work in. All you need is 10%. What you gonna do? Mm, it's beautiful, man. And God enjoys God. Even when we always mention the word God, we have to understand what are we talking about here. Is it that intelligence? Is it that living mind? It's there's so many things that it is attributed to. I mean, it is associated with. But anyway, let's stay. So many shit. I got a lot to talk about. Nigga, shit, I got story to tell. We're storytellers, man. I'm Haitian, nigga. What you want me to do? That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We got a story for everything. Is that what you're going through? Shit, nigga, I got something better. I thought it's almost like you ask us for something. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, shit, I thought you never asked. So a nigga's fully loaded. Came in loaded and just, looking for occasions like, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking to kill something. I'm always with my bullshit. I'm just looking for the right occasion. What? Ah, shit. This is it right there. You said what, nigga? We shitting all over the place here, man. Come on, man. Like we on it. You gotta stay on it too. That's the beauty, the connection. That's why a true spirit. You can't be spiritual on Monday and then what Tuesday's different, nigga. What the fuck? You spiritual every Sunday, dog. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Okay, I got you. The words got to be made flesh, meaning you have to materialize that spirituality. So again, to get back to your personal barriers, it's very important that you understand, you know, what we would call the mundane life, because that is your spiritual playground. That's how you transcend. That's how you keep a light heart, or your heart light, however the fuck you want to put it. But you have to embody, meaning you have to truly go under and understand, or looking through the veil of what's around you. Well, I mean, self consciousness. Knowing your nature would allow you to transcend this reality. And what is your nature? A living mind. Consciousness, Buddha. And that's what all of us true spiritualists or magician came here to do. The teachers, the light workers, to let you know who you are, to help you to remember coming back. You're already a member. You need to remember knowing who you are, knowing thyself. You remember? Remember? That's what the shit is. And as you're doing so, now you come on. I mean, the rest. I mean, you got to go through this though, this type of understanding, and that's what makes some of us the Christ here, the light workers, the Buddha, the Sufis. Oh, these niggas. Mm. Tomatoes, tomatoes, man. And that's what the occult is all about. So when we talk about the occult, it's just pretty much giving you a deeper understanding of your day to day reality. Your day to day reality, let's just say, even, and this is what I even tell people, and I have used this example in, I guess, the part one, where I was saying, let's just say you a Republican, because, okay, okay, Republicans, Democrats, they have valuable points. When you choose one over the other, you automatically negate or lessen that other side of it. And that's what duality is all about. There's a fight. That's what a debate is. And that's why you debate too. Now there's a brother panic. Like he handles that part. That's that nigga. That's that nigga's fucking department. He tells you he gave it to you raw, pretty much, and he couldn't said it any better. You are, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas do. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this nigga said, what the fuck are y'all niggas doing? I'm like, hey, I don't get it either. This shit is crazy, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. So to get back again to the overcoming your barriers, that's why, under having a critical, truly, or a deeper understanding, because now, just like I was saying before, and I didn't think that I actually said everything that I needed to say in regards of, even when you think critically, it has to do with who you are. So, meaning for you to truly become who you are, it's almost like that's the Lotus ID. You have to open up. You have to overcome. You got to become conscious of your reality to truly get to see things for what they are. And as you're doing so, that process, you unfolding the Lotus or becoming the Christ, the anointed one, the shining one, the bright ones, the enlightened one, the Illuminati, illuminated one, however the fuck you want to call it. You have to activate certain things in you for you to become that living mind. And that's where the Kabbalion, for instance, is giving us the seven hermetic principles. But the whole idea is for you to know that you are a living mind. And those steps, those seven principles, is it's another its ultimate purpose is to make you to make you to become to remember, so that way you become a member. You could drop the re. You don't need to remember any. Well, that's what awakening is all about. Consciousness, staying woke, all that shit. All I mean, that's ultimately that's what it means. But you can't do it if you're not open. An open heart is an open mind. So therefore, you can't dissociate thinking with your emotions. Because if you're an angry person, it doesn't allow you to think too clear. That's why we don't dissociate when we talk about becoming in alignment, mind, body, and soul. Then you become that living mind. So overcoming your personal barriers, I mean, is absolutely critical in your self development. That's why we talk about culture. That's why we talk about politics. You have to overcome those society barriers. You got to understand how it works, how it affects you. That's how you master your mind. That's how you master your emotion. And ultimately, this is self mastery, becoming fully conscious, the Christ consciousness, the shiny one, the living mind, as the Kabbalion says it, or l'esprit. That's the word. Seek the kingdom of God, knowing who you are. Be more intelligent, because all of it, it's to acknowledge your intelligence, to read books. Everything you do is revealing your nature. That's why the occultist, we know our true nature. You know what I'm saying? That's why we are the true magicians. That's why the shamans and all these motherfuckers, the new life, they already knew it. That's here for us to, remember. Remember. You already remember. That's why they will call it, you have amnesia and all these things. You don't remember who you are. I mean, that's what all of this is referring to. Again, tomatoes, tomatoes, depending if you want to be dramatic, you want to be occultist, however the fuck you want to put it. But the one thing I know is that the master, true mastery, reveals simplicity. Because when you master anything, it's like, if I'm gonna teach you how to brush your teeth, master anything, you shit, nigga. Simplicity reveals the master. Jesus didn't have to say much, nigga. In that motherfucker statement, it opened up your mind. It made you see different things. When you see it, you know it. This nigga was making statements. Well, I like to believe that he looks like me. I mean, shit, when you get to know who you are, like, damn, Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, hold up. I'm here, baby. I'm saying, I got this. That's why I always tell people there's no benefit in you talking about the Christ, but there's everything when you try to become the Christ, because that's where your true transformation is going to come in. But anyway, what I'm saying, to summarize, this is part two about your personal barriers. What I'm truly referring to is you becoming more authentic, you becoming more of yourself, you seeing, but to overcome this, I mean, ultimately, at or when you overcome that, that's what you're doing. And that's what transcending is. But again, I was talking about death and spirituality in this real life. That's what this is all about. When I was as a child, I spoke as a child. Well, if I'm an adult now, cannot speak as a child. Guess what happens? There's a death of that child that took place. And that's how we grow. Now, I still have a connection to him, but I'm not him. You know what I'm saying? Of course. And I'm not him, but I am him. It's all open, you know, depending on however you look at it, that's exactly what it is. You're never late. But what I'm also truly referring here, again, you understanding your true nature. Because ultimately, that is the purpose of every single spiritual master or even the occult in itself. True nature, truth, know who you are. And that's how you're being set free. And you do so by transcending, most importantly, becoming in alignment. That's when they all become one. That's when, at this point for you, when you become that one, physical don't mean anything anymore. Well, that's when, in the matrix, then you'll be looking at the matrix as dots. Remember when Neo become conscious, knowing who he is, you don't have to dodge bullets. That's what you're doing. That's what has to take place. That's why you have to materialize your spirituality. That's what having compassion now. I have become at the same time a better human being. I have compassion for another one. That's why I don't criticize. I have a greater understanding. We all come together. We all need it. But I also understand we're on different time zone, right? So you're gonna say what you're gonna say. Okay, that's good. Depending what time, what time you're on. You know what I'm saying? This is open for interpretation. We understand, even if it's not open to it, it's gonna happen because it's open to it. That's why you are the creator. And us as spiritual healers is to give you the greater understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, you're looking at this reality like too small. You're not looking at it from a bigger perspective. Isn't that what a nigga who's living for society looking to please people is doing? You don't even understand the reality that you're in. You hurting yourself. That's not self mastery. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why, even in the Jesus story, when you start to carry your own cross, society's gonna go against you. It has to. If you really walk in that walk, this is gonna be your living experience. Well, guess what? That's what niggas are calling, niggas are hating, man. You know what I'm saying? I started doing this with my life. You know what I'm saying? Then other motherfuckers are hating on you. This is the story. It's been around. I'm just trying to get you to see it from a different perspective or to understand that it's all spiritual. That's what takes place. That's what's taking place underneath it all. So this is the earth is your spiritual background or playground, baby. This is when I'm gonna have to maintain who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because we walk in the shadow of the death. We fear no evil, man. I walk through the shadow of the valley of death. Fear no evil. If you know, you know. You have to become that. That's true self mastery. That's balance. That's my eye. When you become that, there's no separation, and you know the truth, nigga. Can't fool me. You're fooling yourself, even thinking you can fool me. Oh, we stay lit over here, nigga. I keep it shit, nigga. That's why we call ourselves Zoe, nigga. This is to the bone, nigga. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? What's the point of being half conscious? You're playing yourself. You just want to understand things to show. Like, how do you be a fake spiritualist, man? Like, I don't get that shit. It don't even go together. This life is about authenticity. You want to use authenticity to be fake? What the fuck? I guess you're the fakest. You the fakest faker ever. Well, that's what fake motherfuckers do. They forge shit. You a forger, motherfucker. Well, just understand if you're skimming and we are the truth, we're always gonna see you. The fuck? That's like an elephant hiding behind a fucking tree. You're hiding, you're like, nigga, your body's outside. You know what I'm saying? All your fucking your trunk, everything's out there. You're like, does the motherfucker see me? You had the stupid ones, not the one who see. Really stupid. Goddamn elephant. The fuck? That's what you look like to us. This nigga's naked. You know, how do you throw stone when your house is made of out of fucking glass? I understand. That's why now you hiding your hands. I get it. But the audacity itself is crazy. You projecting shit that you can't even handle. That's a fake motherfucker right there. And they, you know what I'm saying? That's a nigga who did the crime, but who's crying about the time. That couldn't be me. You know what I'm saying? If I do the crime, nigga, I shit, fuck the time. I'm not even worried about the time. Different time zone. You don't fit here. But they always say the hard headed gotta see it to believe it. Let them go through it. We're sitting with the ancestors. We sit among the elders. Yeah, they're like, hey, listen, baby. They don't get it, man. But it is what it's gonna be. You already know. You already know, man. Yo, this is a wise word for the wise ones. Now, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? This is pretty much how we're going to conclude, man. Overcoming your personal barriers is to have a deeper understanding of what those barriers are. And that's the only way you're going to transcend. So, therefore, you don't make a separation, you embody this life. But you have to understand how education is influencing you, how your religion is influencing you, all of these things. Because you're not going to master yourself if you are being influenced by that. So in so many words, you have to overcome. That's why your culture, and that's what I'm referring to for you to be an American and not to be an American at the same time. That's why you see niggas who travel, they have a different understanding of life. That's why we tell niggas, you're a travel dog, you know what I'm saying? Get you a passport, and not just, you know what I'm saying, for the hoes, bros. You know what I'm saying? Not just for the hoes, bros, you know what I'm saying, to explore. It helps you to know who you are. So therefore, I was also referring to spirituality and death. There's no death without spirituality, and there's no spirituality without death. Meaning, to expand your mind, you have to transform, and that's what death is all about. It's your transformation. It's to go from one form of life to another. That's why, for me today, you know what I'm saying, if I used to speak like a child, why in the hell would I have to speak as, you know what I'm saying? Like, the conversation has to be different. See, you have people who gets older versus the grown ones. They're stuck in timeline. Well, that's what retarded is. You're not growing with time. You're not evolving. Well, guess what evolving does? It expands your ego. So for you motherfuckers who, you know, again, the ego, you're saying somebody has an ego, they have a limited ego. That's what you're truly saying. Because ultimately, everybody still have an ego, but you control yours. Great, congratulations. But it means you have expanded. I mean, if you're truly doing the work. So therefore, then you will understand, without going too much into it, that your ego is your protection. It was never against you to begin with. That's why your ego is not your fucking problem. Change your understanding and watch the ego, nigga. If you think I'm bullshit, that's what I teach as a spiritual healer. That's why I talk about the false self, the true self, and I always let you know that a lot of us, we are living our lives based on who we should be instead of who we are. So you created that persona, not the ego, that persona. You're living, you pleasing people. And there's a whole world ignorance that you have created. You're not following your passion, you're not growing, like you're all about the darkness. Then those are the people who are stepping on your shoes. That's what we call, when you talk about selfish and self-love, are two different things. Self-love, you acknowledge those God or divine qualities in you. You get to see yourself more than just dick and pussy. And then now you look for the same thing in other people. That's why when two people are in love, one, I mean, you can't, yeah, I mean, you need two to tango, baby. Two people who fall in love, they both have to believe in love. Then now they come together. That's why they tell you, do what you love, you find the one you love. How you doing? Are you looking at me? Okay, well, shit, make your move, dog. Okay, so you tripping? Don't be late. Hey, bitch, don't be late. You tripping? That's how it goes. But you're never gonna be late though. Don't worry about it. Be on time. I'm saying, because if you're on time, you're never gonna be late. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about it. This is the perfection. That's what we call becoming the holy man. Not to be flawless, but becoming whole. You're nurturing the different aspect of you, the physical and the spiritual. When you go see a shrink, think about it. Why the fuck are they talking about early, you know what I'm saying, blockages? Well, technically, what they're trying to identify It's where those emotional blockages are because they know they shape you. That's what psychology is. You know what I'm saying? For you to think it's not something that's taking place. That's why they tell you in black families, man, like niggas don't go see a shrink. Just for you, like that shit's bullshit. I don't know what kind of mentality or all the mental and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Then motherfuckers will understand it a little bit better. Well, you have to acknowledge these things about you. But ultimately, this is your fucking regular day to day fucking life, bro. You're not going to be conscious outside of this world. You're going to be conscious in this world. Yes, the understanding, listen, that's the beauty of it. But again, ultimately, it has to relate to this world. So your growth has to take place here. That's how you transcend. If not, you stuck in time. So again, it's just so many things to overcome your personal barriers. You have to become conscious. To become conscious now, you have to acknowledge how enculturization is affecting you. Expand your consciousness, your understanding. That's what humbles you. It's you know what I'm saying? It's not, you know, niggas are trying to like they're fucking humble. Can you believe forgers? You counterfeit motherfuckers. The fakers, deceivers, unspoken words. They mean nothing. No expression, no radiation, no life. That's why this type of knowledge is for the living. You have to become that living mind. That's why the words got to be made flesh. To talk it is to live it. To live it is to talk it. That has to be one. So I'm doing shit, nigga. Do you get it now? I'm doing a whole lot of talking. I'm not even talking. I'm talking and more. It's everything. There's no restriction to it. That self awareness. It's just that's when it's like you become spiritual without becoming spiritual. Mm. And it's all spiritual. That's what the anointed one is all about. Waking up. Yeah, that's a good dream, dog. I see. Wow, Ali.